Yo, what is up YouTube? It is your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot and juicy video. And I'm with the most jacked hair consultant in the country, Steve Cook.
Bobby.
Here in Austin, Texas, to provide you guys with some more hair related content. And guys, you know, I've already had, one transplant. I've already had my second. I'm almost a year removed from my second hair transplant. And so I kind of want to talk about getting, your second transplant in the same zone like I did, which was the front for me. And Steve, I just wanted to ask you about it. Is that something people should do, getting a second transplant? I know it's kind of recommended for people, but what are your thoughts?
Well, Bobby, you look great. And if everybody's hair is going to look like that, yes, definitely get 2 hair transplant procedures. I'm a big fan of yours, as I know we give each other a lot of compliments, but congratulations, you look fantastic. And I know your hair is very important to you, as it is me and all of those out there. So let's talk about that. So if anyone has spoke to me, watched any of the videos, David's or Bobby's, you'll know that I always talk about always plan on a second procedure. I tell everyone that I speak with that you're always plan on 2 procedures, always. Gender, race, age, doesn't matter, okay? Always plan on 2 procedures in any given zone. So because we've got our model right here, okay, the area we did in front was the front. We did the hairline. I'll just say for this video, we did about 2,000 grafts in each procedure. So he looks phenomenal. He's almost at his 12-month mark. He's at his 10-month or 8-month. And his hair will continue to get thicker, but it looks amazing. It's natural, it's uniform, it is artistically designed beautifully, and it's a home run. In order for you to get as close as possible to Mother Nature, which is not achievable in a hair transplant, looking at it through video or comb throughs, I think we've done comb throughs with you on the YouTube channel, at Dr. McGrath's channel. You can only get so close to Mother Nature because you have skin in between the hairs, and Mother Nature's Mother Nature, right? So if you set out to say, hey, I want my hairline back like it looked before I lost my hair, which is what I set out for when I was 18, you're gonna need 2 procedures in any given zone. With that being said, I sat here in this chair and tried to talk Bobby out of doing a second procedure. I'm gonna go for this, and I hope this doesn't hurt your feelings. I hope this doesn't get you upset, but here we go. And I'll tell you why, because I thought he was looking amazing after the first. He's very young. He kind of goes back and forth with the medication, and he's articulated that to you many times. He makes me nervous. He makes me nervous because if he's gonna somehow slide off of the medication, we need to preserve the hair in the back of the head in case he goes bald. The furthest thing from bald is Bobby. He's not looking bald in any way, shape, or form, but he's very young. So when you go to a clinic, when you talk to a doctor, obviously the specialist, the doctor does this full time, you really should understand that the better clinics out there, they wanna build a relationship with you and they wanna make a plan. My plan for Bobby was, to fix his hairline the way he wanted it. It's not gonna be as thick as he may want it because he's obviously a great looking young guy and he's in the gym and he's a single guy, but let's hold on to some hair for the future. So as the second procedure came around, or his kind of feeling that he needed or wanted a second procedure, he didn't really need it. I tried to talk him out of it because I'm, a little bit older than him now by a few years, and now I'm looking out for him like I look out for all the patients out there, not just in clinics I work with, but also patients that are watching. So he kind of pushed back, and once a patient kind of talks about they need to make it a little bit thicker, then we start to go down that path, still making it super important that you need to stay on that medication. So many patients, when they go into these consultations, there's a lot of information, and it's really confusing to a lot of us out there. So what happens is that all the information, along with all the time it takes for the hair to grow in, sometimes we kind of lose track of that information. I am telling you now that you need, if we do hairlines, and it could be any zone, you need to think about the end of that 1 year, you are going to be pleased. If you go to a high quality clinic and doctor, you should be pleased with the design of the hairline. You should be pleased that it does not look transplanted and all the hair grew. What the concern is, it's my concern, it's his concern, and it may be yours out there, is we're hair junkies. We're obsessed with our hair. We're not going to be displeased with our first procedure, but we're never going to be completely satisfied with one procedure. So I talk to patients every day. And anyone that's watching these videos and has spoke to me knows that I will tell you in the beginning of the conversation, I will tell you in the middle of the conversation, and I will tell you at the end of the conversation. Always plan on 2 procedures. So when you go after 1 year and you go on YouTube and you look at all the social media and you see videos of cherry-picked results that had 1 procedure and they look better than you, don't be upset. Those are cherry-picked procedures and they're different angles and they play games out there and they have different hair types. Everybody's different. So I guess the final say is, if you're going to a clinic that tells you they're so far superior in the fact that they can do in 1 procedure what most of these top quality doctors can do in 2, run away from that clinic, because you can only put these grafts so close together. So you will not need to do a second procedure if it's done properly, but you may be like Bobby, be like me, where you're gonna want a second procedure. And then of course that comes with kind of like signing an agreement that you're not gonna let yourself go bald. Exactly. Fair enough?
Fair, yeah.
So that's what I would tell you. I'll leave you with the fact that if you are looking to do a hair transplant somewhere out there, you can really change your life. I feel like a different human being when Dr. McGrath did my last procedure 2 years ago. Bobby's almost through his growth of his second surgery. Looks phenomenal. We feel really good about ourselves. We don't sit here and crave more and more and more and more because we're kind of sort of there, or at least the best we can be. But you, after 1 procedure, may not be. So you need to prepare for that.
Yeah, for sure. Because after my first procedure went really well. Best decision I made was getting a hair transplant. It brought my confidence back, But after the year, I was like, man, because I'm a perfectionist like you, Steve, and I was like, man, if I can just get a little bit thicker, maybe I'll be happier. And I have no regrets. It looks good so far, and it's still on the way of growing. So. But yeah, like Steve said, always plan for 2. If you watch any of our videos, he always preaches that, along with the finasteride. As always, guys, if you like my videos with Steve, of course, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it, and stay tuned for some more content.